Right. Is it working? Is it working? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Instagram is saying your time is up. It's time to go live and liven it up. But you gotta make a post, 'cause that's what you do before you live stream on Tuesday. Click. First you take a picture of something you were drawn. You go to your notes where you saved all your text so you could copy and paste and get on with what's next. 'Cause, oh snaps, it's time to go live. Live streaming. Mixer is down and I don't know how to reconnect 'cause I need to know my passwords. The power of knowing what this world is about. Watching some good people stream. Let me out. Select. What the? And post. And I forgot to save the picture before. Oh, that doesn't make it easier to read the bubbles. Somebody says ha ha ha. I think that might be a Patty Prue. Is that a Patty Prue? I just can't see you, 'cause I'm not looking at my chat right at the moment, dude. Save picture. Save photo. Gotta press the word save, and you gotta press it twice, and then you make a post, and you post it up nice. You hit the next button there. Maybe you put a filter on. Oh, no. You just crank up the contrast. Then you say, no, I don't like that. And then you hit next. Hey. And, oh, Pat. I gotta select that text from before. Again. And I have the feeling I turned the reverb button. Nope, it should be where it is. That's fine. Copy. There's one little fruit fly driving me crazy. Paste. Okay. Okay. Share button. Share button. Share button. Share. Share button. Share. Where I don't care. Just share button. Share. Get it out there so you can see it. Don't stare. Hey, Mr. Share button. Share button. Share. All right. Let me lean in. It was Patty Prue 101. And the Space Goody. Hello, guys. Hello. What do you say we play the intro? What do you play that sweet, sweet intro? Ripples? Let me get used to my buttons again. Meow, 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 meow. That's not the. It's not the intro. It's not the intro. Play the intro, please. Thank you. You're the sweetest angel in the world. Press it. And I assume the sound is playing.
5 stars. Tell your friends, and tell your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
See you later, old Ripley. See you later. Camera 1. All right, here we go. Once again, this is very weird. Trying something different. I'm gonna call it special. Let's put the camera where it needs to go instead of just randomly pointing off in whatever direction. Whoa! Christine Terra just subscribed. Is that Missy Chrissy? You're on Twitch now? Has to be. Nobody else with those names. There's nobody else with those names. Thanks for subscribing or following or whatever that was. Hey! Why did I play that zombie gif instead of all the stuff that I made? All the stuff that I made. I don't know what's going on. Ah, well. Best laid plans of mice and men turn into magic once again. This is a drawing I was working on earlier, or painting, whatever you want to call it. I'll get back to that later. Oh, and then while I was eating some sushi, I was drawing some aliens. And then clean page, clean page. Move down, clean page. So, I'll find my pencil. Sharpen it. Pat little Bob Ross on the head. Okay, seriously? I don't know what's going on today. I'm in my chat. I can see it working over there, but it's not doing anything over here. I'm gonna hit reload and see if words start popping up, cause it's real hard to see way over there. Sushi. Haha, yes, it's me. I accidentally logged out. I'm on my phone. Glad to be here. Smiley face. There it is. Okay, it's popping up now. Thanks, Chrissy Terra. Anyway, sidetracked myself like I always do. Today, a little bit different, it's either going to be remember my water. It's either going to be a super special episode or a travesty and a train wreck and a mess. So of course, my name is Curtis. This is No Such Thing as Grown-Ups. As always, behind the camera, Ripley is running everything with her tiny little purple cat hands. Hey, sweetest angel. You're the sweetest angel in the whole world. Thanks for doing all the things. Awesome. Thanks, Ripples. You're the best. And Ripley, real quick. What's going on there? What's up with that? Why is he? Because I don't want to ask him. Because I don't want to hear what he has to say. He's up to something. Look at him, looking all suspicious. Yeah. And I don't. Did you approve? Is this set up by you? What is going on? I see. So just a gotta wait and see kind of thing then. I don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep. So today, since it's Halloween month, we're gonna do some Halloween-y type stuff. Gotcha. That's a little dead fly right there. Meow. So sad. Can you zoom? Can you do a camera? Come on, you can do it. There you go. Put your zoom into it. Nah, I can't do it. Oh, there it is. Little tiny fly. And yes, I do feel terrible about that. I feel terrible about that. But in the battle between us and them, only we can win. Nelly, 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 home from D&D, crushing up dragons to get to the sea. So yeah, anyway, I opened up Instagrams, and Instagrams was like, hey, why not a Halloween picture? And I was like, good idea, random Instagram model that popped up. So I think we're going to even... This is a fun face. I don't know. Maybe I'll change this into a dinosaur halfway through. But right now, we'll just start with a head shape for structures, because that's what we do. Hey, that's hard to see as long as my hands are there. Woo! White balance. Anyway, do you want me to find out what's up with this? I can. And we can just ignore them completely and just let them look around. I mean, those are my options. Every day, all day, I can pretend that a cat is complaining about things and then deal with it, or ignore it because it's straight up not really there. It's totally not really there. But speaking of dealing with things, I got an awesome story that makes me sound like a crazy person. And it's actually just a conversation about something where I'm like, I thought way too long and hard about doing this. Definitely shouldn't do it. Still kind of thinking about doing it. But just for S's and G's, what can't figure out where the eye line is. There we go. What you doing? What you doing, buddy? Milo, buddy? What's up? I don't like when you do things. You're the worst. I'm in a pipe. What? And it sounds real cool if I get real low, and it sounds like you're a fool. This just sounds awesome. I'm just gonna sit here. I'm just gonna rap poetically and drastically and awesomely for forever, probably forever in my whole effing life. Honestly, this is the greatest thing. I got my mustache. What? I got a bag of coins. I got a hat. What? I got stuff on my groin. That doesn't even make sense. Don't even worry, pal, because I'm a cat, and that's me doing how. Oh, snaps. Here we go again. Laser Sharks is here. Laser Sharks is here. Oh, it's a shark. What? And it's a lady. Hey, it's got later. No. It's got later hosen and lasers. Yay! Oh, snaps. Oh, snaps. Hey, seriously, is this not the funnest thing? I'm in a pipe. Can you believe the hype? No, you can't. I got coins. I don't hunt snipe. That's a thing I've heard from old people one day. Oh my god. Are you seriously? You gotta get your head in here and join this. This is the funnest thing in the world. You're the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst, and I hate you. Oh. Anyway. Chrissy. Just watch it on YouTube later, or find a better connection. But yeah, it'll be on YouTube or wherever, so you can rewatch. People seem to watch eventually. Anyway, hi Laser Sharks. It's been a while since you've been on this stream. And then anyway, get back to some structure, because it's real hard to put on a weird little improvised play with a thing that's not really here and draw at the same time, apparently. Also, I'm in full screen mode for some reason. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, I see him, but no, don't cut to him. That's not what we're doing. All right? Okay, so we're just drawing pictures like normal. Halloween is the special thing. We're leading into Halloween. That's not special. He's not special over there. No, Ripley. No. What are you doing? No. Put it, yeah, just leave it. Leave it as is. Everything's fine. Hey, what are you doing? Stop looking at all the options. Ripley, listen, you're the cutest and the sweetest little angel. I realize that. But if you, just don't, okay? Stop pressing buttons. Ripley, just be my sweetest angel. Just be my sweetest angel and just don't. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah. I love you too, but not that, all right? Don't cut over there. Don't give him his own camera, and just don't. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah. I see he's got a fancy new microphone. Where's my fancy new microphone? I've still got this weird Amazon find that was like $25. Why don't I have a why don't I have an $180 microphone like this guy? This is not cool. Laser Sharks is over here asking questions, Ripples. Meow, 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 meow. That doesn't answer her question. She can't. Nobody understands you. Anyway, we're gonna draw a sexy cat. Once again, not really giving myself enough room, but I don't care. This isn't gonna be for sale. It's just sketchbook drawings. Anyway, structure. How you gonna draw? You need to structure out all of your things. Hey, Ripley, don't cut to yourself when you're doing things, one, and do not cut to Major Penguin. Hey, oh, this is a lot of effects on my voice, maybe too many. Let's just put this right Here. Oh, there we go. That's a bit better, Sarah. Anyway, I'm just over here with my fancy microphone, ready to make any sort of, theme songs that you might need at any point in time. Oh, sweet Sarah. Sweet, stupid Sarah. Not cool. Not cool, guys. Not cool. This guy has got to go. He doesn't live here. He shouldn't be here. Derelict. Just get him. Just get rid of him. Why do you keep letting him in, Ripples? Why do you keep letting him in? I just want to draw some pictures and tell some stories. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I've got a story that I'd like to tell. It's all about how this guy escaped hell. And then he invented the day Halloween. Put on the costumes and pretended to be mean. Then he went to space. Everyone goes to space. He's a space oddity. And he's up in your face. Yeah? No. No? No way. Etc. Anyway. Oh, is this on? Is this on? There we go. And I can be... Whoa! I can be echoed too. I feel like that got really loud. The magic of my new little effects box, effects pedal, is that it is very old. I got it at like a secondhand pawn shop, and it's I'm gonna say not super stable. Every once in a while, sometimes everything works at once, and other times it's like, oh, you want the echo? No, not right now. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I got this through trading for things, so technically kind of free. Hands going off the page. But yeah, audio is probably going to be a little distorted because of the streaming part of it. I don't know why it's still echoey. Turn off the echo. Turn off this thing. Do-do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do. Yeah. Keeps drifting more and more echoey, even though it's all off now. And I don't know why. I don't know much. No, that doesn't do it. If I jiggle this a little, I'll turn this down slightly. Check 1, 2. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. It has to be it's an OBS thing for sure. Yeah, it's like crazy high, whereas before it was not. What if I crank this down and keep it below the yellow line? Does that fix it? Does it make it more fine? And then I'll crank it and it seems to stay better. Harmonize mix so it's even more magical. One. Hello. Okay, excellent. Now it's only outputting when the harmonization is on. Oh, like I said, it's either going to be way better or it's going to be a terrible episode. What if I turn this up? Turn this down? Is this going through? Okay, I can see it now. It's happening. Try to have fun. Try to have fun. Try to do something different and weird. And weirdness always begets more weirdness. So yeah, like I said, I cranked it down. Maybe it'll even out a little bit. It's not sounding echoey to me anymore. And the audio visual levels look like they technically should be fine. Let's draw some arms. And So, now that we can hear things a little bit better, what are my stories for the week? Spent so much time running wires all around here and working so much today that I forgot everything. It's one of those work days where it's like, hey, here's a pile of work to do. Like, yep, no big deal. That's my jam. I do work. And also had like, here's a bunch of paperwork. Like, the company has changed. Now fill all this stuff out so you can get paid and stuff. Like, yeah, that makes sense. And man, oh man, that was like a 57-step process. One of the steps included, I got to run to the bank. So I did that. So pretty much finished up paperwork, not my real job, at like 5:30. Not when I normally finish things. And how's this finger going? Okay, and then finish my real work at like, I don't know, a little after 6. And I'm like, oh no, still gotta set up for the stream. I just did too many things and now I don't want to do anything ever again. And plus, still didn't really at that point test running it through OBS itself and hitting record. So I did that right before and it was like, all right, that sounds good. And then it started doing those weird things where it sounded a little bit different. But I don't know, tactically made it to the stream. Now this lady is pretty much all boobs. And there's like a little ring thing holding this cat top on. Anyway, so what was the other thing I was hoping, because it's so not a story, it's still just partly me complaining about the dogs, but then the escalated level, in my head is funny. It's funny. I think it's funny, especially if you don't do the crazy things that you think of, then they're just funny. If you do them, maybe they're more funny. I sometimes it's just hard to tell where to draw the line at what's awesome and what's insane. When I say it's hard to draw the line, it's definitely not hard to draw the line. It's easy to draw the line. It's just a matter of like, will my life be filled with a better story if I jump over this line? But basically, I don't want to give away a project that I might never do. I probably shouldn't do it, but I don't know how to tell this without giving it away. So on my Instagram, and I think on my Facebook stories, wherever it shared that stuff too as well, there's a little video. There's several little videos that I do every once in a while when I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this one day, it was like, kind of sounds like a spaceship hovering outside. Awesome day. I can't remember which day it was, but did a bunch of stuff. Did it all well. Whatever it was. I went out, ran errands, left the apartment, did all those things that people do in the real world to call themselves humans. And came home thinking, I'm going to eat this food that I picked up. Yeah! And I'm going to work on this drawing, this painting or whatever it was, this piece of art that I've been waiting all day to work on. Like, yeah! And everything's going to be coming up Millhouse. Like, fantastic. Good plan. Good plan. And then... yeah, now there's chimes outside. And I got in the door, put my food down on the coffee table, took off my sneakers and whatnot, and the dog next door just started going bananas. And I know I've explained this before. Sometimes it is just like, ruff, 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 ruff. I'm a dog. And I'm like, hey, I get it. You're a dog. Ruff, 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 ruff. I'll try not to, I'll turn my TV down because I'm a good person and I don't want to bother you. I don't want to bother you, you dumb dog. But this day, it was the other kind of barking where it's just, you know, bone shakingly, just like, like that, where it gets to a high whine and the deep bark, and it's going back and forth to that, where it's just like, if you could see me, you'd tear my throat out for sure. But I already know that, you know, I know this, you know, I don't know this dog, but I've met this dog. And, you know, 5 seconds after the door opens and he sees anybody, he's just like, oh, hey, man. Was somebody just barking like crazy? Was that me? Huh. I don't know. It's just crazy in there, you know? It's just crazy. You're in an apartment and you're a dog and you're like, why am I in an apartment and I'm a dog and nobody's here? I don't know. This is crazy. Sorry, I guess I lost it. That was me? I mean, I could hear it, but I was like, there's no way that's me. But it was. I'm super sorry. Like, I get it, buddy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't, buddy. Like, I get it. I get it. But this day, just screaming at me. Screaming at me. And, and that's what it was. I was going to, and you can say, hey, this is partially your fault. And no, it's not. Because normally, he doesn't bark at me. It's the rest of the building. I can come and go usually, and actually no, I can't come and go without getting barked at, but I can be in my own place. And he's like, yeah, you get to do what you want in there. But if people come and go from the building, no deal. No deal for this dog. So he's barking like crazy, and it was a day I decided, hey, I'm going to actually try and learn a song on the ukulele. Instead of just playing the 3 chords that I know, I'm going to pick a song that has those 3 chords and see if I can't learn this thing. So I sat down watching some YouTube stuff, looking at some ukulele tabs, and like, which one of these can I play? And one was like, all right, this is up your alley. And I'm like, I agree, YouTube lady. All you need to do first is like, we're going to do this strum, practice this strum. Good idea. Don't really know what I'm doing. Trying specifically to practice a certain numbered strum completely throws off anything I'm capable of doing already. So like, all right, cool. Still going to try. This is going to be fun. Didn't do it very long, and Screaming McGee is over there screaming at me, and I'm just like, all right, fine. You know what? You win. I don't need to do new things in life. That's not what today is about. I already did a bunch of other things, and I feel good. I'll quietly sit and draw. But I couldn't. So whatever the timing was, I did that first, I think, and then I got something to eat maybe, and I was going to come back and do more practicing. But whatever it was, I just remember I had the food there, and I'm just like, I can't even eat this. Like, I just want to throw up. Because I'm just basically being screamed at. I'm being screamed at by a wild animal. Not a wild, super tame animal that's just barking so loud that I can just, you can feel it right in your core. And I'm just like, I don't need this. This isn't fair. I pay my rent. I don't make, I try not to make this is the most noise that I make, like for 2 hours a week. And this guy does it for, 2 hours a day, every day. And I'm just like, "Ugh, no, no, no. When I'm looking at my ukulele, like I kind of want to practice it some more, and I can't. And I'm really hungry, but I just want to throw up. And oh, this is oh, when people put those posts on Instagram where they're just like, hey, I'm just gonna lay in bed and eat cake because of anxiety, but I need to eat food and I can't. And I'm like, oh, this is that thing. I get it. Yes, this is exactly that thing. I'm just paralyzed by a screaming animal. So that part's normal. That part's normal. That's everybody goes through that. There's always neighbors that are loud in some way, shape, or form, no matter where you live. This looks weird, but so anyway, the weird part came in later on. Art clubbing with Nelly, and I'm like, hey, uh, something about the dogs, trying to play ukulele, and then I go into this big thing, and I was like, oh hey, actually, it was like, is that like a small guitar over there? And she was like, what? I was like, no, that's actually a big ukulele. Like, what? I never even heard of such a thing. This is crazy. So she has a bunch of crazy. She has several different ukuleles. One super fancy, one like regular, like mine, and then this big ukulele. And I'm like, oh, cool. So we're talking about that. And I'm just like, oh, so anyway, I'm going to tell you this drawn out story of going to the secondhand store, and they had like, everything was closing out. Not a secondhand store, regular store. Everything's closing out, but the top had an area that was like kind of secondhand-ish. But I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm not drugging animals, Mike Weiss. I'm not. And yes, I have thought about even just sliding treats under the door. But it's like that's not going to do anything. Rewarding a dog for making noise doesn't work. But yeah. Ideally, it would be drugged. But I don't want to do that. I don't want the people who own the dog to do that. I want the dog to just be happy. That's all I want. Okay. There we go. This is a rough sketch mess, but we'll clean it up with markers or make it worse. So, blah blah blah. I go to don't don't send me dog meats treats in the mail, Mike White. Um, Everybody go buy Mike White's new book, Melly Beans, the book about dogs and cats that don't make any noise because you read them. So I go through this whole story, blah 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 blah. I was like, I was at this place, and then everything's already like 70-80% off, and I'm like, what is this? And there's like a little guitar for like $4, $3, something like that. And I'm like, is this a real guitar? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, but really, like, it's like a little guitar. She's like, yeah, whatever. I was like, but it says like $3. Like, yeah. I like pick it up, like, I'm gonna take this then. Like, I'm gonna go to the counter, I'm gonna buy this guitar for $3. She's like, no, like everything's 70% off. Like, I'm going to get this guitar for whatever 70% of off of $3 is. Like, am I gonna buy a 40-cent guitar that's a real guitar? Like, it's definitely old, it's definitely not great. But it's like, yeah. I still want to try this in. So I do, and whatever it cost, I grabbed a handful of random stuff. There's a fistful of Jurassic Park pencils that I got that I'm sure were like 4 cents each. I'm sure the handful of them added up to the same price as this little guitar. And sorry, don't want these eyes to be in a weird place. Now I feel like they're in a weird place. So I really like the face she's making, but I feel like I maybe did have it on the stream before, but it just looks like it's just a regular guitar. I think it's just like a kid's guitar or like a little practice guitar. And but it just looks like a regular guitar except smaller. And there we go. So blah blah blah. I grabbed this guitar. I carried it home. Got home. I've got a tiny guitar. Loaded up basically the same thing that I have on my phone for the ukulele, except for guitar. Tuned it and learned a few chords. And I was like, wow, I'm playing a few chords on this thing. Oh, Mike White. Always so drunk. So blah, 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 blah. Sitting there, talk about a big ukulele, talk about a little guitar, and then I'm like, okay, so anyway, the reason we just had that big conversation, Nelly, is so that I can explain that, first I thought real good and hard. I'm like, I really like this ukulele. I love this ukulele. It's orange, it's solid, I put stickers on it that I think look awesome. It's mostly about having it hung on the wall, way more than playing a ukulele. But I still try to play it sometimes. I want this myth to be a little more weird. There we go. Get a little tank girl with it. Proportions on this feel terribly wrong, but that's fine. Send Laser Shark some bags of cat food. So we say all those things, and I get to the point where I'm like, yeah. So I have the ukulele, and I think long and hard, genuinely. Like, this is 100%, like, not even back of my head. This is like the only thought in my head of, dare I take my ukulele, smash it against the door, not my door, the neighbor's door, just for the sake of the drama. Not so much for me. I don't want the credit for it, but I'm sure I'll end up with the credit for it, because who else would you think it was going to be? But to have the people come home and see a smashed up instrument by their door, something in my head says that just rings, hey, somebody's had it up to here, and you've got to get a dog babysitter, or you've got to take the dog with you, or you have to never leave your home again. You just have to never leave your home again. I mean, my animals aren't even real. They're not even real. And I don't leave home without them. They're always up here and in here. Meow, 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 meow. Yes, of course I'm talking about you and not these guys. Yeah, their doorstep is still my doorstep, so no. But mostly it's more or less in my head, the poetic justice or the poetic irony, I don't know which it would be, is a noise thing for a noise thing. And of course, who's never wanted to smash an instrument? But like I said, I really like this ukulele. I couldn't smash it without instantly feeling 1,000 pounds of regret. So of course I didn't do that. So once I explained the tiny guitar 20 minutes later, I'm like, so anyway, I've got a $3 guitar. It doesn't stay in tune for like four strums. So, I'm not a rich person. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I've got. I don't have them. I'm still just Jenny from the block. Just like Space Goonie. There's already cats over there too. There's too many animals in there. There's too many animals. There's several dogs and cats. All right, there's a boyfriend there. Sometimes I see him walking with a cat and with a dog. And one day I was walking to the grocery store and I saw him with this dog, and I'm like, that's not the dog. That's not the dog that lives in that apartment. It's not the dog that lives in that apartment. And I stared at him. Like I was Robert De Niro, and he was the other guy, Ben Stiller. And I just stared at him like, what's happening? What's happening? And you know when you can tell that somebody can feel your stare because they look back, like, am I about to get murdered? But I was like 300 feet away, so it's like, you're safe. You're safe. You know my phone number, Mike White, 867-5309. You know, I write it on the wall. Because I'm a good time. Come to my stream for a good time. So yeah, so then I'm just like, I spent, this is like the next day, and it's like, hey, barked a few times, more or less regular barking. All right. I can tolerate this. But I don't like this nose. I don't like anything about this face now. Really wish I had gone with the dinosaur head. Really wish I had gone with the dinosaur head. It's just, mouth is too low. Looking for nothing but a good time. How can I resist smashing my guitar off of your door to make my protest? So, when it comes down to it, I mean, we talk about this. I talk at you about this basically every week. How, hey, we all have these weird machinations, these delusions of grandeur, of these incidents where you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to stand up. I'm going to say something poignant and valiant right now. And people are going to be like, wow, that's what we needed to hear. Thank you. And then you're up there like Bill Pullmaning with your, we will not go quietly into the night. Today, we celebrate our quiet time with a guitar smashing. But still, I don't want to smash a little guitar. It's a cute little guitar. Oh, I don't mind to smash a guitar. Why would I do that? I can't do that. Alright, it's just not cool. I'll do it. I'll totally smash that guitar. I'll smash a guitar to pieces for no reason. Just bring me the guitar. I'll smash it in front of your face to make you feel bad. How about that? I think that will be a good time. That'll be nothing but a good time. How can you resist that? Third? Is there a smaller room? No, there's no smaller room for the echo. You could probably crank down the reverb. No? Why not? Anyway. Guitar smashing? Who's up? Give me a guitar. I'll smash it. I swear to fun. Oops. There we go. Now I don't echo, and only Milo does. But anyway, that's, like I said, it's not a story. It's just maybe it's a parable. Join us for No Such Thing as Grown-Ups Parables, where we discuss things Bible story style and say, didn't we learn a good lesson from that thing that didn't happen? And thankfully it didn't happen. Or that thing that did happen, and what did we learn from it? I guess market stories? Should we go with market stories? She looks really in pain. Lots of gums. Very gummy. Gummy teeth. Chopping here and there from underneath. She's got them gummy teeth. So, at the market, as always, if you go down to the Toronto market, you don't need to go in disguise. Come on over to my table, and you can win a prize by paying for it. And usually, as of late. Tag teaming the table with Nelly. So there's a plethora of things, adorable, cute plant and animal things on her side, and weird stuff with the dinosaur heads and sexy Mega Man on mine. Oh, I've legitimately thought about like, hey, if I was a great person, like I'm a pretty good person. I'm just pretty good, I'll give myself 50%. But if I was a great person, I would definitely be the one to be like, hey, I could keep an eye on them, but no, I don't want that. Like, just having this stare at me, it's not even really there. It's not even really there, but it's still enough to be like, all right, I've been around living things for a few hours. Like, I think we talked about that last week. Like 3 hours is kind of my max for, stuff in the middle of my day. Just stuff in the middle of my day. And by stuff, I of course mean animals that like, hey, love me, give me affection and food. Like, that's my food, my affection. I need it all. So at the market in Truro Farmers Market, Saturday, 8 till 1. Don't know how long I can do that with the weather being colder. It's too cold. It's too cold. That's crazy. But they're selling stuff, drawing the people of the market as I occasionally do. And one person came up and they were like, "Oh, hey, you do all this stuff?" Like, yeah, I do all this stuff here. Like, but who writes it? Like, I write it. But who draws it? I draw it. I don't know how this question keeps coming up, but it keeps coming up. I was like, yeah, it's still me, always me. One, two, three, four. And this one guy comes up, super nice guy. I can probably talk about him in exquisite detail and show pictures of him if I had taken pictures and remembered everything about him in exquisite detail, because he definitely doesn't remember anything that happened at the market, and that was, mildly entertaining for me. The other amazing part is when you've told somebody, yeah, I did all this stuff, and they still act like they're looking at something that, I don't know, like you're a Walmart employee, and hey, let me make some commentary on these products you're trying to sell, Walmart employee, and maybe we can laugh and joke about them together. And I'm like, this conversation has only been 75 seconds long. The last part of it was me saying that I did this stuff, and you being like, that's crazy, where do you come up with this stuff? So he immediately kind of drifts away mentally and then drifts back as he flippantly says, oh, I gotta look at this. Oh, I gotta look at this. And then he's just like, oh, it's like this is crazy. It's like dinosaur porn. Like, this is amazing. Like, it's super not. It's mostly funny and silly. Like, there's like very little nudity, honestly, in both dinosaur books. There's some. Oh, that's why this looks weird. Little strappy thing, and then it comes out. There we go. All right, let's see if we can ruin this with some markers. And then add some color. Looking for nothing but a 0.5. Hopefully it's not going dry. So he's going on like mildly like that, where it's just like, oh wow, like, oh my god, and this one, oh wow. And at this point I'm sort of thinking like, he's definitely got to buy one, right? Like, you can't get this into something, paw over all of it, and then walk away. But gauging his purchasing decisions on what he was already wearing and being, and the fact that he had several different kinds of large to small skulls hanging from his necklace. I mean, you know, again, I'm a monster and I'm judgy, but like any guy with a necklace that's just like hanging out, especially when it's just like, hey, you got your sweater on, like, yep, and a shirt and a t-shirt under that, like, yeah, but ding ding ding, check out this jewelry, like, no, that's the kind of stuff you keep hidden, and that, you know, you don't let people know, or it's just like, hey, did you guys know that that Ron over here, that Ronnie, he's like the skull guy? Did you know Ronnie's the skull guy? Like, what do you mean he's the skull guy? Like, guys, don't even, no, guys, no, show him your necklace. Your necklace, Ronnie. Like, yeah, Ronnie, show him your necklace. Like, guys, no, come on now, guys. All right. Yeah. Here's a bunch of like jewel encrusted or not so jewel encrusted, but several big skulls, and just like, you either make bad purchasing decisions and you're gonna get this, but more likely you make bad purchasing decisions and you're not gonna get these books because you love them so much. But also mildly creeped out because it is just like, he's not, again, I'm going to say he's a little bit out of it. Who knows why or to what degree, but whatever. Weed stores down the street. But he's like, oh man, he's like, yeah, he's like, I got some mangas that you would love, like, but suddenly in like pervert voice, like, what? No, I just watch Attack on Titan and One Punch Man, and don't collect porny manga books. It's Anyway, like, oh my god, what about this thing over here? Like, oh, this gizmo, this is great. Hey, what about that? Like, yeah. So, he's just drifting through books, calling everything kind of porny, and I'm like, whatever, it's fine, I get it. Like I said, there is still some nudity, and that constitutes it. Calling it that's fine. But then he walks away like, all right, see you never, baby. See you never. And I don't know, let's say like 7 minutes later, like it couldn't have been more than 10 minutes because, you know, he was still completely fresh in my mind. Still thinking about the skulls. And like just a young guy, just like a young little harmless, you know, I don't know, maybe methed out kid, most likely just weeded out, and I look up and he's at the table again, like flipping through stuff, like, oh yeah, oh whoa, yeah, and I'm like, oh hey, it's him again. He's definitely gonna buy something, or he just can't resist. So I say out loud, like you just can't resist, can you? And he looks up like, what? Marty, I've come back to the future, Marty. Like, calm down, Doc Brown. What's going on? Like, was I already here? Like, yeah, like no minutes ago. You were here for a while. You flipped through everything. Like, you were the only person in the entire market, and this was towards the end of the day. It's like, out of everybody who's come through here, you were the only one who has looked at every page, every piece of art. I think you might have even flipped through the shirts, even though there's only like 3 different shirts. Every single one of them. Like, I was here? Yep. Huh. Like, oh, I just must have got turned around. This place is like a maze. Really not. Really not. I can pretty much see most of the market from where I am. Tables are for the most part fairly low, and regardless of the maziness of anything, what are the odds in the world, in the whole world, even like I will give you at a comic book convention where I'm not the weirdest person there drawing the weirdest stuff, there's a plethora of variety on various scales, a variety of plethora scales. People can walk around multi-levels, multi-floors, artists upon artists, vendors, toys, games, costumes. And nobody ever says, oh, is this the other sexy dinosaur table? Are you the other sexy dinosaur guy who puts dinosaur heads on sexy ladies and dudes and makes books out of them? And does commissions where people ask for a sexy brontosaurus named Susan or whatever that brontosaurus's name was? Because she was... No, never. Not ever. Not ever. So much so to the fact that even outside of the world of sexy dinosaurs, like I said, I draw, occasionally just draw people at the market, like the other vendors, mostly because Sylvia was like, hey, me next. Like, oh no, this is a thing I do now, I guess. Can't let Sylvia down. So I didn't let Sylvia down. I've been drawing some people, and Sylvia's over there at her catering booth talking about me, I guess. Perhaps other people are, because at one point, Lynn, who works with the Outsider Insight art group that I had my art show at there, and or with, I should say. So she was running their table, but she did not come to me from the Outsider Inside table and Gavin saying, hey, that's Curtis, the guy who, drew this shirt. Or any of that stuff. No, I hear vaguely, like, on a day where it's just the loudest, like, I just screamed the whole time until my voice was almost gone, like, sorry, Paul, who's 1 foot away from me selling honey. I can't hear a word that you're saying, and we are screaming at each other. Because it's just so loud and echoey today. But there was a quiet, little moment of silence in the movie where I could distinctly hear, like, did I just hear my name? I feel like I just heard my name from across the room. And after I hear my name, I look up, and there's like two ladies, Sylvia and this Lynn character, and she looks over in my direction and then starts walking towards me, where it's like, okay, I definitely heard my name, right? And this lady's definitely going to come over here and say it again. Like, that's definitely what's going to happen. And I'm like, oh, what did I do? Like, what did I do? What did I do? I can't think of any reason. Like, I don't know. And she comes over and is like, hey, you're the guy who does the drawings of people at the market. I'm like, yeah. So I did just hear my name then, right? She's like, oh, yeah. Sylvia just told me. Like, okay, cool. Just, making sure I'm not imagining things. Because, oh man, how terrifying would it be if these things were just real all of a sudden? Or / I'm just like, the animation's not on, but I can still see them. What do I do? I don't want to cross that bridge. That's a crappy finger. So whatever, that one made sense. Somebody specifically said, hey, yeah, I have this drawing of me. That guy over there does them. He occasionally does them of other people, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, some other lady comes up. And actually, I think it was like a younger person, which I always find even more, I don't know why I do, but shocking and weird when they're like, oh, hey, I recognize you from something. Like, what? No, that's weird. You should be busy Pokemoning. All right, technically that finger's off the page anyway. Let's pretend I didn't make a mess of it. It's a happy little finger. Oh, it looks fine on camera anyway. So this other lady comes over and she's like, oh, hey, like, dinosaurs and weird stuff. Like, yeah. Like, cute and adorable stuff over there. Like, can't get enough of these cacti. Get one of these cacti. Or something weird over here. Like, it's fine. I have no problem with the fact that everybody spends all of their time over on Nellie's side. And I'm just like, y'all just be over here drawing. Just come here to draw anyway. It's fun. And she's like, no. Like, yeah, this stuff is awesome. Like, I'm totally into it. Like, okay, cool. These were regular people heads. I'm drawing regular people heads sometimes, Mike White. You've seen it happen. But yeah, this other lady is like, blah, 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 whatever. And she's like, oh, you must be the person that does the market drawings. Is this thing easing into echoey again? Weird. And my reaction, of course, is I must be? What? I what? How do you know about this? How do you know about this? Who told you? Was it Sylvia? It must be Sylvia. Oh, Mike McFarlane. And she's like, no, like, just from Instagram or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. The market shares the stuff that I do all the time, especially when I tag them and say, hey, market, I drew you again. Share me. Help me take over this town. Working my way up towards a True Famous shirt over here. Because that person saying that thing to me meant True Famous. Yeah, it's definitely getting echoey again. What if I try turning my pipe sound? It's a little bit more echoey for sure, but that's okay, cause shut the door. Oh, there was a little hiccup there. The sound cut out and I don't know where it went. I'm looking down here, but I can't see sound. I'll look back up at you and I can't be found, cause I'm in a pipe. I don't wipe. I just poop and I walk away, cause that's how cats live their day. That's how cats live their day. That's fun. There we go. So I guess if you don't use the effects pedals, the effects build up and they're like, oh, we gotta seep out. Maybe I can only hear it in my headphone. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to get to color in tonight. I'm taking forever with this. I remembered another story. I call it a story, but it's really, I remembered an hour of my life that I had forgotten. So we talk about this on the podcast all the time. If you're not listening to the podcast, no such thing as grownups.com. It's on Spotify and in your iTunes and wherever else you can find podcasts for the most part. I think it's still on Stitcher. Is Stitcher still a thing? Yeah, I believe it's in Stitcher. It's all free. I don't know how to make things cost money. I do, and I did, and nobody paid for them, so still free. Because it's more about making stuff than getting paid. Went down to the sushi place, as I do every once in a while. And as is the case, I don't know, 70% of the time when I go to the sushi place, it's just first date place. Like, that's just everyone, oh, you know what? Sushi is a great first date. And you know what? No, it's not. No, it's not. Unless you're sushi people who go to this sushi place all the time, don't go exploring a new place. Figure out something that you both enjoy, maybe, and see what your reactions are to that. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but it's always infuriating for me, because I'm always oh, Mike White. I went and grabbed some Chinese food for Thanksgiving, Mike White, so there you go. But at the sushi place, people are always there on a first date, and it's either, hey, are you going to eat some of this, or am I going to eat some of this? What is going on here? Like, I don't know how to order this, neither do I. We've made a terrible mistake. Let's be extra awkward about the date and about the fact that we don't know how sushi works. And with a new person, it's definitely not when you're supposed to try something new like that. And so many of these first dates become the adventures of Curtis watching one person go to the bathroom while the other person sits there going, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then the other person comes back, and then they go to the bathroom, and the other person's like, I don't know, man, I think this is going fine. I don't know. And mostly they look at their phones. So usually I luck out and they're, 2 tables away. And oh, definitely, sushi is clearly a let's impress each other type of food, or let's impress somebody. So this day, it was, if not for the fact that, I sat down, I'm like, all right, I'm by myself. I'm going to sit at this little table, and the place is slowly clearing out. And then these other 2 come in, and they sit right next to me. I mean, like, this far away. Like, why would you do this? Like, they're definitely not on a first date then if they're going to sit this close to me. Anyway, headphones. But at that close a range, stuff still seeps in. It just still seeps in. And I'm like, oh, no. I have to remember all this now. Like, I have to remember this. It's not like reading something where, like I said, when I was doing the paperwork today, like, hey, this is like 45 minutes worth of paperwork, but like not for me. I have to read everything like 2, 3, 6 times. Like, it just doesn't register. Like, what did I just read? Got to do it again. But if somebody read it to me, like, all right, a lot of it gets locked in pretty good. So they are clearly on a first date because it's going really well. But here's where my anguish comes from. Here's where my disdain for the human race pops up, where I'm just like, ugh. This is going really well because one of you is just like, this is me, and this is what I'm like. Hey, I like this. Hey, what about that thing? Yeah, hey. And really just like telling her stories, being herself, and having a good time, being on a date. Meanwhile, the guy who deserves a punch in the face is sitting there, just agreeing, just not really anything to say other than like, yep, like, whatever you like that's awesome, you be you. But like, that's basically all he said for the entire thing. Like I can't even say like all the things that she had to say, but the few times he would say stuff, it was just like, yeah, like, totally up to you, like, yep, I'm fine with that, like, who are you? You are nobody. You don't exist, and I hate you. your whole week has been waiting to, if I can be a reasonable, nice person and not say anything weird or uncomfortable or whatever for the extent of this, then something sexy might happen. Like, that's all I could read from this guy was just like, you are so biding your time. And the reason I jumped to that conclusion, because I'm just jumping to conclusions because, I don't know everything, but I know an awful lot. Because details. At one point, the phrase, oh my God, like, how long have we even been, I don't even remember, like, how many hours has it been? How many hours has it been? In quotation marks, good listener for sure, like Svengali. She's like, how long? Like, oh my God, it's like we've been hanging out for so long. It doesn't even feel like that. And he was like, yeah, I know, it doesn't feel like that at all. But like, it was 12:20 when we started hanging out today. Like, dare I reach over and go, hey, red flag. I'm going to go back here to drawing and eating now. But I'm just saying, red flag. This guy was like definitely staring at his watch, waiting for you to show up. And that 12:20 to me means you guys definitely were supposed to meet up at 12 and you were 20 minutes late. And he's sitting on that and he's stewing, and it makes him a little bit crazy. Because he's definitely a very meticulous, obsessive nerd who is allowing somebody to just kind of burst into his day. And he's just basically just sitting there like a kid in church, waiting till he's allowed to go back and play video games. Like, that's the only thing I got from this person. Everything, like, oh my God, like, there's only one thing left. Like, yeah, go ahead, it's yours. I don't need to eat anything. Like, you can take everything here. I'll pay for it. Money is no object. Like, you definitely can't afford this. You're both definitely students of some kind or fresh into the working world. You can't afford everything. Don't act like you can. You guys should be eating student style. I don't know. Like, I just don't believe in anything that's happening here. It's just all built up on a lie. But it was like, well, what time is it now? Like, it's since 12:20, and now it's like 6 o'clock or whatever, 7 o'clock. Like, that's crazy, and it doesn't even feel like the time has passed. And he's like, yeah, like, it doesn't even feel like the exact number of hours and minutes have passed. Like, it definitely does, because you've been counting them and you just said it. And you're adding up to something, and it's upsetting me from my vantage point. Anyway, like, this was only for a minute, then it's like, all right, I've done my ordering, headphones on. My relationship column would just be, everyone's a monster, don't bother. Everything's a succubus. I'm a crazy person. Okay, so here's where I turn into the monster. All right, again, I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything. Day played out as it does, as I always allow the rest of the world, for the most part, to play out around me. And I don't get into, too much trouble, too many scrapes. Occasionally, I'll say something out of place. Usually, just end up talking to those people and joking around, and it's not something abhorrent or gross. I'll think about smashing a guitar. I'll think about it for 2 days, for 2 solid days, but I won't do it. Still might do it, but I won't do it. All right? But I might do it. So here's the part that makes me a monster. So whatever. There was all that stuff where it's just like, all right, this guy's counting down. Like, he's only got like 2 more hours, and then it's nighttime, and then they're back at either his place or her place, and then it's the, how many hours do I have to stay until she is officially my girlfriend? Like, I'm not even talking about he's trying to wait her out for sexy time. I think it's literally like, if we spend a full day together, then the next day it is like, now you're my girlfriend, and then the third day is, all right, Facebook status. Like, I feel like that's just the way the Tinder world has made things now, where it's just like, oh, everything's expedited with your Amazon Prime, fast shipping. But whatever. I'm an old man who likes it in my tower. I'm crazy. So, the real reason, the same reason, when we talked about the Flat Earthers movie and the Flat Earthers and how so many of them were this specific kind of person. Now, I don't believe that the guy at this table was a Flat Earther. It's definitely coming, Patty Prue. Definitely coming. But remember what I said about the ponytails and the Flat Earthers? How, hey man, you don't even have a haircut. You just refuse to cut your hair and you're ponytailing because you just don't want change. You can't accept other things. And again, this being said by the guy in the tower, trying not to change things all the time. But again, I don't know. Sometimes you change things. You mix things up. You do something different. Turn and face some change. Changes. Don't have to be a penguin or a little cat. Time may change me, but I can't change this voice. Can I have echo too? Hello? Oh, this is quite loud. Too loud, really. And back to me. That was an unnecessary derailment. But here's my ponytail thing. Before I sound like a complete jerk. Fine, ponytails. Sometimes they're awesome. I spent a good chunk of the early 90s. Every superhero character I designed had to have a ponytail. They all had a ponytail. I didn't understand where they came from or how hair worked, but ponytails were cool, right? I don't know. Oh, Mike White. Always with your Amazon humor. So he's got a ponytail, long ponytail, tie with a little thing, and all I can think, after I stopped listening for 4 minutes or whatever it was, where I extrapolated all of this stuff from, and headphones cranked up a little bit louder. I can't take this. And I'm just looking at this ponytail, like, dude. Like you're not on her level. You're not on her level. You're both nerds, but you're not on her level. 1. But 2, you showed up for a date. You knew it was going to be a date. You didn't know it was going to last this long, but you were meeting somebody and making an appearance. You're making I don't know. I'm not saying I do much when I meet new people, but usually it's just like, hey, we're going to go somewhere or do something. Usually I'll put a shirt with a collar on and still a hoodie. But whatever, it's like it's still my nerd garb, but it is my version of my best nerd garb, and the word garb is weird. Doesn't matter. And I get it, his ponytail is part of his nerd garb, but here's my thing. Why? Unless you think ponytails are the coolest thing in the world, that's fine. Maybe that's his deal. But it is just like, if your thing is like, I just love having long hair. Look at my long flowing hair. Then why didn't you show up to your date with your long flowing hair? So that 1, if it does go well, then she'd be like, oh my god, your hair is so long and flowing, ooh, lustrous. And I have friends with long hair, and usually it's out, and 90% of the time random people were always just like, oh my god, I'm just gonna touch your hair. That's weird. Don't go grabbing people by the hair, and don't go touching pregnant ladies' bellies. Both those things, wrong and gross. Don't go kissing babies. You're just giving them germs. Don't touch any people's anything. Right? Right. It just makes good sense. But I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I'm just like, if you're going to go to the effort of having this long, lustrous hair that I want to assume you're proud of and you think is cool, like this is the beginning of the date. You don't want to, she's all that, later on, she's all that before you get there. You take the hair down and the glasses off. You know, your glasses are off. Why is your hair still in this ratty ponytail? Even if it was I don't know, some sort of exquisite ponytail, if that exists, then there you go. Because, you know, in the world of ladies in ponytails, it is usually, I got 4 kids, I was busy doing this and doing this other thing, and I just threw it in a ponytail, and I had to come to the hospital and get my legs sewn back on. Like, of course you did. But anything else, I would, of course, have my normal hairdo, because I'm not an idiot. I know what I look like, and I'm going to present myself in the areas where I want to be presented. So to me, it just said, hey, this guy's lazy. Super wicked lazy. Don't. He didn't even bother, like, really? You clearly put in some effort. He clearly put in no effort. Maybe that's a clean scrunchie or elastic he's got in his hair. Odds are it's not. But maybe it is. Maybe that's as far as he went. But why is he not presenting a lustrous mane instead of just, like, sitting here like, is this over yet? Like, guy, I hate you. But again, then your food comes and the world is better and your headphones go on and you draw some pictures of, I think that's when I started the Catwoman drawing that is in this book somewhere. Also on Instagram. Crank up my Instagram numbers, people. If you're not following, follow. / no such thing as grownups. Show the mane. Show the mane. Just like restaurants and meals, show me the mane. Show me the main. Give me the main thing. Yeah. Appetizers are great. They're great. Little bit. But then you still want the main. Get me to the main. And I realized it's spelled differently. And I've completely ruined this finger. This was a terrible idea. Should have taken the time to rough this out before the stream. But it's still good. It's still good. It's just a little sketchy. Just a little sketchy. It's fine. But you know what that little anecdote of hair pride reminds me of? Eating at another place. Sitting at a table, just gonna eat and draw. It's how I like it. This is great. Headphones on. It's a whole new world, a whole fantastic point of view. I don't need to look up. I don't need to listen. I don't need to wait. What's going on now? Why everybody? What? There's a bunch of old people. They're gonna sit. Giant restaurant, giant place. There's literally 2 tiers, 2 levels, 2 levels, upper level and like lower level. And I just like, I'll sit over here so I'm not near anybody, even though there was only like 2 people in the whole place already. And like some old people come in and they're like, yep, we're gonna sit over there. Like, which is like right there, like right behind me. That's fine, I guess. I'll be quick. I'll be out of here before you guys start your ruckusing, I'm sure. Because she was pointing out the fact that more people are coming. It's not just us 2 old people. It's a whole old people jamboree. All right, cool. Headphones go up a little bit. And some old people show up. There's some nice old ladies and some nice old men. Everyone's fine. Everyone's friends. Seemingly everybody's kind of talking about stuff that they all are talking about, men and women alike. No need to put a big wall in the middle of the conversation. Why would we all meet up if we're not going to have conversation together, if we're instead going to separate off into men and women, but we're not seated in that way, so we're just going to talk through each other, and it's going to bounce off the back of my head. Let's do that instead. Let's do that instead. That's how eating works. That's why I hated going to group meals at the studio back when there was like, hey, we're all going into lunch. You coming? By we're all, do you mean 3 people? Like, maybe, probably a few more. Like, then no, Mike White. No, there's too many people. There's no caption for the picture, Mike White. You can, once I put it on Instagram, you go underneath that and you add as many captions as you want. But yes, I'm here for the old people jamboree is definitely what this, the title of this picture from now on. Especially with this pained look on her face. So yeah, all of a sudden, oops. Through the silence, as always, one old man from way over here yells to an old man over there. I couldn't even make that out, but I know that it must have been how are you finding in the new car or truck? Because it always is. That's just a man thing that men do. Hey Curtis, guy who shows no interest in cars whatsoever and complains that he doesn't really like driving that much. How's the car? How you finding the Honda? You liking the Honda? Yeah, I like the Honda. It's great. It's not as good as the Echo. I love the Echo because it had a drawer. It had a little drawer under the seat. I thought that was awesome. I like the drawer feature. Yeah, how many cylinders does it got? It has one drawer. I had one drawer. Actually, I had one drawer over here. Then I had like a smaller drawer under the driver's side because there's less space under there because that seat can move more. But it had this great little drawer. And then, like, you know, I'm just addicted to hatchbacks. Can't get enough hatchbacks, and you can put that in there. No, I didn't have a Yaris. I had an Echo. The Echo became the Yaris. Test drove a Yaris, and I'm like, I hate this. Drawers, not as great. Seats, weird and awkward. Felt like the whole car was gonna fall over the whole time. Yeah, no, I never had a Yaris. But technically, chassis-wise, if we're speaking in dude terms, same chassis, same build, same everything, the innards changed. And I don't like that. So one guy yells, and the other guy's all like, oh, you know, it's great, blah, blah, blah. And he's just going on about it. You know, for more than anybody needs to go on about, you know, a standard vehicle. We're not in the world where somebody's like, I've been working on this car in my backyard for years. Like, oh, how's it working? Like, pretty good now. It's just like, yeah, I went and got this. It's a brand new lease, a brand new car. So it's just like, oh yeah, like, well, I've been wanting to customize the blank, whatever it was. I can't remember now. I was like, oh, I really wanted to put this in it because you know me and cars. Like, I really got to get let's make something up. I really got to get a cat. I was gonna say a catamaran, but that's a thing. I don't know. Let's go Seinfeld. It's like I really wanted to put, you know, a souped up Johnson rod in it. You know me, got to get that Johnson rod. Like, oh yeah. So how did that go? He's like, oh fine. Like fine. Like, oh, like where'd you go? Who'd you do that with? Like, oh, I just went to the dealership where I got the car and had them do it. And in my head, I instantly pictured like dealerships are so extravagant for no need. And, you know, this big giant counter, everything is extra shiny and clean. And going up like, can you please do the car thing for my car, please? I'll be over here watching the big screen TV and drinking coffee and donuts while you guys treat me like a king because I came in here to ask you to do something. And of course, some of this, my dad was a mechanic, so I already have a pre-programmed disdain for dealerships. My dad always said, like, hey, if his nails aren't filthy like mine, don't let him near your car. If he's clean, don't let him near your car. The filthier he is, the better work he's gonna do. And yeah, that makes total sense. Hey, Moxie Fox, what it do? What it do? What it do? And whatever. So I just pictured that, and again, I'm not looking at these people, but when there's a lull in a song or just a quiet song, whatever it was like you could hear the it's just the disappointment. It's like, I thought we were going to talk cars for a minute, but turns out you just go to the dealership with your new lease. You're a rich guy. I'm over here doing real car work, really loving cars. You're just one of these lease guys that's just going to trade it in and have the dealership do the stuff. Like, you ain't nothing. You ain't fat. And that's what I hear in my head, of course. What he actually said was, I think, just as insulting. Maybe it's just to me. But he's like, oh, well, did you look around first for somebody to like do it? Or did you just say whatever and go to the dealership? And again, I don't know if the music kicked back in, but the guy's response was, he was shattered. He was definitely shattered. Like, whatever manliness he got from owning this big truck or whatever it was, definitely just balloon deflated out the window, with this guy being like, so did you even try? Or were you just like, I'm just an old dirtbag, what do I care? Somebody else do it. I got money to spend. And it hit him. It hit him because the words he responded with were absolutely not words. And again, might be a headphone issue. Pretty sure it wasn't words. Because the only answers to that question are either yeah, I looked around, or no, I just went to the dealership, whatever. And he said, and it was muttered because he was dying inside as he said, but I want to say it was like, so did you try or did you give up? And he basically said like something like that. And oh man. Hey, Joseph Stolen, why does everybody have weird? Oh man. Joseph Stolen. I mean, it's clever. It's not that it's not clever and funny, but I mean, what? So many dictator names, or whatever they were, hate crimey names. But anyway, hey, Joseph Stolen, what are you doing? No, it's not my wife. It's Cat Lady from the internet. That's not a good song. But why? Why do you hope? Why? Why would you not want this to be my wife? I don't understand. Don't understand. Anybody. In a lifeboat designed for 10. You're a cat lady, Mike White. You're a cat lady. Oh. Hey, Pat. Would you like to exact some of your power? That's not cool, man. Like, that's not cool. What are you talking? What? Don't even. You really are a crazy cat lady, Mike White. What a horrific thing to say. but it's to be expected from a Stalin anyway. Those guys aren't known for their niceness. Now I'll be mean, 'cause I'm quite derisive, but not as mean as... Was it Russian? Was it Russian? I'm just here for the old people jamboree. I'm just here. Oh, Pat. Oh, I made new credits. I made new credits. What does that even mean? Are you an incel? Is that what this is? Are you incelling right now? Bodies are bodies and everyone is cool. Gender studies is for everybody in school. I mean, what if this was somebody I knew? Like, seriously? Seriously. Should we ban this guy? Should we ban him? I mean, it's super fun, kind of fun banning people every once in a while. Like, I mean, I'm just a cat in a pipe. I'm just a cat in a pipe filled with malice and spice. But when people are just being mean towards women for no reason other than just like being mean towards women, maybe we should ban them. Let's ban them. Come on. Who's up for a ban? Anybody? Anybody? I can always go for a banning. He makes good points. Whoa. He makes good points. We all get an echo. We all get an echo. I don't have an echo. Yes, I do. The echo won't turn off for you. But now I don't have a big harmony mix. Does that fix it? This thing is crazy. What is wrong with studying genders? David Bowie is quite the bender. I have to say, it's pretty fun playing with an effects box. Hey, the voice went back to normal again. I waited too long. Oh man, Pat, I can't remember what I called the mods in the new credits, but it's something along the lines of Stream Night? No. Stream Hero? Stream Police? Oh, Stream Robocop. That's what it is. Pat's my Stream Robocop. Because you know what? Is this working? Because I like big butts, and I will not lie to you about that. It's okay if you're small or if you're PHAT fat. All snaps, here we go, saying words we shouldn't throw. But I cannot lie. Big butts in your eye. Can't remember any of them. The words. Even more odd to go straight to wife. I mean, other than like, maybe I just come across that old. Do I come across that old? Cause you're a rich girl and you're gone too far, but you know it doesn't matter anyway. You can hate crime on the old YouTube. You can hate crime on the old YouTube, but you still have to be a real person in the world. Anyway. Seriously bright colors. She's in the middle of doing cat pose. This isn't, a photo does not represent people for the rest of their lives. Do you go to Instagram and just be like, oh my god, I've looked at one picture of you. You're garbage. Like, you gotta scroll through a few before you judge. What time is it? 10:14. Let me erase a little bit. And then, yeah, I think we'll do color next week. Because, yeah, I took too much time playing with my sound machine. Come on, shake your body, baby. Do that conga. But if you got yourself a Miami sound machine, you're gonna feel that conga beat. All right, but speaking of teeth, gnashing of nonsense and whatever, let's to be continued this for next week. I'll probably fix some things. For example, yep, I totally lost a boob. And then I'll probably put some pattern on the suit, much like this one has a leopard skin pattern. And like always, I don't like to show you the picture I'm drawing from because my drawing isn't as good. All right, now I'm just wrecking it. Now I'm just wrecking it, pretending I'm fixing it. But you know what happens next, guys. And if you don't know what happens next, it means you're new. And if you're new, every once in a while we play a game at the end of the stream. First, I reach into this little place here. I grab a piece of paper. Take this drawing. Let's move it. Let's move it slightly. Still, I gotta get some. Letters. Let's get a good countdown marker. Nope, there it is. And let's play some countdown. So press this button. Joke's on you, right-hand little finger isn't actually on the page. It isn't actually on the page. But what would I do? What would I do without people to tell me that I'm wrong? I don't know. I guess I'd have a full day of work without feeling like I was wrong. But that's the fun of doing doodles on the internet. People show up to tell you you're stupid. So now, if you want to play along, Joseph, without writing hate crimes, I'm going to give everybody 9 random letters, and then we'll have 30 seconds. I'll throw up a 30-second clock, and you come up with the longest, one word, the longest word you can. Longest word is the winner, and that's it. It's just a game amongst friends making words based on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, which is based on Countdown, which is a British show where people have word fun. Now, I'm going to ignore the chat for a minute. Find my random letter generator. We're going to try and find a couple vowels. and a couple consonants. So let's start with R. All right, we're on screen. Perfect. L. That's 2 letters. Let's try and get some vowels. Let's try to get some vowels. Try to get some vowels. See, if I get some cards with the letters on them, and I'll separate them into consonants and vowels, just like Countdown. You can't have 9 vowels. I'll try for at least 3 or 4. Oh, there's another O. And an I. All right, there's 3 vowels to start. And so far, we've got some goosebumps. So next, just given the weird letters that are unusable in most words. F. E. That's a vowel without even trying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 more. T. And no. All right. And P. There we go. All on the screen. Everything's fine. Now, how do we get 30 seconds up on the clock? Ripley. Avocado Shake coming in with an early 6. 6 from Avocado Shakes. Get out of here, random letter generator. Ooh, now she's saying she's got a 7, but she already declared the 6, so sorry. Sorry. So... All right, there's a lag. We got Nelly with a 5, Moxie Fox 6, Patty Prowse GameSpot's got a 4, Space Goonie says 6. What are your words? And then I'll reveal Avocado Shakes. So Instagram is only horizontal. Or vertical, I mean. Ooh, that's a good 7. It's not syncing up. All right, we got Fool from the Chipmunks. I think that was Space Goonies got Fooler. Gamepat's got Pool. Nelly's got Proof. Moxie Fox is going with Fooler and Loiter. Ooh, there was an I. Loiter, I'm liking. And those are all 6s and 5s, correct? And the odd 4. Avocado Shakes 6. I've already forgotten it. Was Roofie. Roofie. But her 7 was Loopier. Loopier, which I think is a good word. Loopier and Loiter. Come on now. Excuse me, phone. Excuse me. Go back to where you're supposed to go now. Yeah, it's not refreshing. It's still on Pat Young. Let's play Countdown. All right, we'll see if the chat catches back up here. What is that? Flooper. Floopier. Oh, well, of course, if we're talking about the floops. But the floops are mostly, are they, is there, Now I'm thinking floopy was a Phoebe word, but I feel like, was there some kind of thing in one of the Spy Kids movies. That was like, he was like Mr. Floops or something. Was Alan Cumming Mr. Floopy? And he was floopier than all the other Floops? I don't know. Probably. Anyway. Let's just say everyone wins this week. Everyone wins. Except, of course, one person. And I think we all know. We all know. Flubber! Wait, what? Avocado Shake says, my car is floopier than your cat. There was only one B, right? There was no B. There's no B. Now you're just saying words. Oh, Moxie Fox. Always with the trouble. There's a Catwoman that I finished at last art club. It's a little weird. I was going to do something more weirder with it, and then it just got not as weird, so now it's just kind of oddly proportioned. And that's last week. Remember this? That was a little cat. That was doodling at art club. And that's what I'm going to try and finish next between this week and getting back to Cat Lady. Hey, just for fun, let's give credit. Let's give credit. I have to go to my Instagram, see who this credit belongs to. Instagram's not loading. My car is floopier than your cat. My hat is flamboisier than your bat. Is that a Jose Canseco bat? Tell me. You didn't pay money for that. I genuinely don't know where to find. There we go. Saved. Pixie Chicks is who this is. Pixiechix. And I don't think I follow her, but if you do like big butts and you don't lie about it on Instagram, Instagram's like, hey, you'll probably like this picture. You're probably going to want to draw it on your stream. And I did. Instagram is usually right. Instagram is usually right. Meanwhile, on Facebook, I'm apparently joining groups left, right, and center. Changed my password. I think it stopped, and now I'm just getting the overflow of, hey, when you were hacked 2 days ago, now you're getting the confirmations of all the groups you tried to join. Seemingly, they're for the most part groups that I want to say that I would join, but no. But they're at least within my lexicon of things, or at least adjacent to stuff. Like one was a Pokemon thing where I'm like, I don't play Pokemon, I don't care about Pokemon, but I've said the word Pokemon enough, and you know, anime-ish type things that works. And the Team Coco was like, hey, you've been accepted to the Team Coco Facebook group. Like now you can post things here. Like I've been what? Like maybe I asked to join this 1,000 years ago when I was trying to post my book. Also, that finger is bent down. The finger's bent down. It's not actually. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fine. What was the? And yeah, and the other one was Halcon, where it's like, hey, I think I should already belong to 2 of these groups. I don't know why I wasn't before, but I just joined them. So it could be just coincidence that this is around the time when I'm hacked, but now I'm waking up in the morning terrified that I'm just going to be joined into groups, and I don't know, I already left one immediately. Actually, no, I tried to, and I'm like, I don't know how, excuse me, I'm an old man, I don't know how do I get out of the internet? I can't get out of the internet right now. Excuse me, I'm stuck in the stream, the light is green, I can't escape. Everyone's so mean. They show up with their hate crimes and their filth and try to make you say N-words for, I don't know, for their sexy old gilf. That went a weird direction. Anyway, I'll probably try and fix this up a bit before we get to color. But yeah, like I said, I always draw it way too far to the edge of the page. Pat's hate groups. Everyone join Pat's hate groups. He has several of them. He monitors and moderates all of them. He does a great job of keeping mine as hate-free as possible. He takes all of that hate, he funnels it over to his hate groups. 1 hate group? No. 2 hate groups? No. Several hate groups. There's a lot of hate to go around, and he likes to categorize. Hey, sorry, you can't be in this group. This group is for hating that group, but you're friends with people in that group. You want to go to this third group over here where we hate both of these people. He's got just a wall full of Venn diagrams and yarn everywhere, and just like it's just all hate, and then like one string that's just like the love string that's like red that leaves the room and then goes down to the living room where Space Goonies watching people play Fortnite. Why do I keep moving these things out of the way? Anyway, to be continued next week because it's been a long day. I don't want to keep drawing till 11 o'clock and then get up in the morning and start drawing again. I did some awesome merch designs today that I was so happy with. I mean, I just took somebody else's design that were like, hey, can you make this better? And I'm like, yeah, I can. That thing sucks. All I have to do is do what you did, except act like I know how to draw hands. And today, then I used it all up, and then it's just like, do you know how to draw hands? Like, apparently not. These are a mess. I wouldn't be surprised if next week this is a completely different version of this same drawing that we color. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see how much time I have. I might do it again. All right, anyway, volcanoes full of hate and anything in between. Hey, sweet angel. Yep, sounds good. Next week you do that, and we'll do our best to get rid of Major Penguin over here. And you know how good I am at the pedals? I'm so good at these pedals. Hey, Macarena. It's so fun to sing with an echo. Everybody reverb, have fun, echo. Hey, can you come up with a rhyme for echo? No, not today. That'll do. That'll do, little pig. That'll do. Let's check out the new credits. Yeah, let's check out the new credits. Ripley. Oh yeah, the new credits don't have music. Are they gonna work? Where are the credits? Where are my new credits? Come on, credits. Credits? How do I make the credits go? Credits aren't going. They should just go, I think. I don't know. I guess maybe I need a button. I guess I need a separate button to make the credits work. All right, I can do this. Everybody's wait 2 seconds. If I just go to I need a keyboard. Don't know why my credits didn't work. It's there. Oh my god, if I could turn anything on without it asking for me to validate. I'm gonna hit this. There we go. I just need to figure out how to make it work all the time. And then, what? It didn't put the names? It's not doing the thing. Well, I don't know. Why it didn't work. In a lifeboat designed for 10, anything that's systematic will get you fated. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Just a bunch of trick credits. Just a bunch of trick credits. That's not right. That's even more wrong. Anyway, good night and Godspeed, and don't forget to drink your mead. Where's the button? Now everything's all over the place. Ripley, turn it off.